Hi everyone, welcome to our chat today on dealing with limiting beliefs. A very useful topic. And I'm very pleased to welcome back my wonderful guest, Bushra Khan, today. She's a holistic psychotherapy counselor. She uses RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, which combines NLP, hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, and cognitive behavior therapy, which some of you know as CBT. She also uses theta healing, access bars, and Psych K. And our topic, dealing with limiting beliefs today, is a really interesting topic because it's something that, as I've been talking to people about this topic, I've realized a lot of us need this topic in our lives because I didn't even realize how many limiting beliefs I have. Hi, Bushra. How are you?
Hi, Anshu. I'm well. Thank you for having me.
It's lovely to have you here. And a lot of people are very excited, as you know, about this topic because so many of us realize that we do have limiting beliefs, especially when I start to explain to them what a limiting belief is. So I'm really pleased you could make it today.
Thank you.
So Bushra, I'm going to jump straight in. You've been on the chat before. We've talked about what wellness is to you. But given the context of where we are with our topic dealing with limiting beliefs, what is wellness to you?
So the wellness to me is to have a peaceful mind, clarity of mind, and your thoughts are all basically, I feel that the clearer your mind is, the peaceful your mind is, you'll feel better. You'll have a better quality of life.
Okay, wonderful. Now, so explain to me now, what is a limiting belief? And I'll tell you why I'm asking you this. Because not everyone can do everything, right? So if I was to look at a bird in the sky and say, I want to fly like that bird, I can't do that. So explain to me what you mean when you say we all have limiting beliefs.
Okay, so your beliefs are the foundation of your personality. So they define you as worthy or unworthy, powerful or powerless. So as you just said that we can't do everything, that's fine. So our beliefs is also like, let's say, oh, don't put your hand in the fire, you'll burn your hand. So those beliefs are not limiting us. So looking at the bird that you can't fly, knowing that, okay, fine, these are my boundaries. But then we have beliefs like that I'm unworthy. I can't achieve my goals. I can't have enough money. I can't have good relationship. It affects your job performance. It affects your self-esteem, physical health, and even your religious or spiritual outlook. Everything comes from from your beliefs. So some beliefs, I call them are bullshit beliefs. Some are serving us. So let's say the bullshit belief would be, oh, others can achieve, I can't achieve XYZ. That's a bullshit belief because you have acquired it somewhere in your life and you're operating from there and you're creating the reality from that.
Okay. And when and how are these limiting beliefs formed?
Okay, these limiting beliefs are normally formed in your childhood when from the age of 0 to 7, when your brain is in delta wave, which is the slowest brain wave. And so we are in a state of, as kids, we are in a state of hypnosis. So everything that's happening, we are not even questioning, we are recording. So that's why if you learn 2, 3 languages, you can learn them very quickly because your mind is in that state of hypnosis. So it's recording everything. It's very easy to just buy the beliefs then. So secondly is from emotional impact. So let's say you sit in the car, you have a bad accident, and you say, you know what, I'm never going to drive the car. So that's when the new neural path is made in your brain, and you form this belief that cars are dangerous. I'm not going to sit in the car. So it's either in the childhood or big emotional impact. That's where your beliefs are formed, and your beliefs are formed mostly in your upbringing. So how we learn who we are. So if I ask you, Anshu, how do you know what you look like? You will say, when I wake up in the mirror, I look at myself. So we learn about how we look like from reflection. That's how we learn in our childhood who we are. So if somebody says
Okay.
to us, oh, you can't do this, or this is not possible, or you see your parents suffering for money, or anything around it, you will form a belief that this is the truth.
So this is a really interesting point you've made. You've said a lot of our beliefs are formed between 0 and 7,
Zero to
when our
seven age, yeah.
brains, between the ages of 0 to 7,
Yeah.
when our brain is in delta wave.
Yes.
And or if there's a big emotional impact when something
Yes.
happens.
Yes.
So so where does this belief sit? How does it work? How do we change it?
Okay. So our beliefs are everything sits in our subconscious mind, which is 95% of our brain. 5% of our brain is conscious mind. So our beliefs, our habits, our values, they all sit in our subconscious mind. So that is our autopilot brain. So let's say if I say, oh, I want to earn million a year.
Mhm.
But so that's my hopes and dreams, which is in 5% of my conscious mind. 95%. So off I go living, going. So I say my hopes and dreams, and then I go with my day. And then the subconscious mind will cancel that belief. So it will say, well, actually, it's not even possible for you. You can't do this. It's remember the last time you tried to achieve something, how difficult it was. So the mind will not let you do that. You cannot have growth beyond your limiting beliefs. It will keep you there. So you will survive, but you won't thrive. And that is if you feel that you're in a pattern or you keep getting stuck because you are in that survival mode, in that place where it's comfortable. You won't take the risk because you don't believe in it. You don't believe you can have it. We all see that people get really motivated. They read a book, they watch a movie, they hear somebody and say, yes, I'm going to do this. And then later on, they say, no, forget it, I'm not going to do this. Because that is your limiting belief, which is sitting in your subconscious mind, which will not let you do it till you abandon the idea.
Okay, so now we come to the crux of what we're getting to today. How do you deal with this belief? How do you get rid of it? How do you change it? If it's in our subconscious mind, how do we access it?
Okay, so now the science says you can change it. In a state of hypnosis, you can go into your subconscious mind, or using your full brain practice, you can go into your subconscious mind and change the belief very quickly. So, one of the tools I use is called Psyche. In that, we actually, in one session, we can go and change your limiting belief. But and then we put the actions, put things in place. So using the full brain state is the quickest way. So the full brain state, I mean, is your conscious and your subconscious when they come together. So your subconscious with your wisdom mind, which is 5%, comes together. And when they're together, that is when you can quickly install a new belief.
Okay. And give me some practical examples on when, it's good to talk dealing, but tell
Yes.
me, when have you helped people deal with a belief, get rid of it, change it,
Yes.
something that'll, people
So
will understand.
So I'll give you an example. I had a client who said that marriage is not, she wanted to get married, but when we did the investigation in the session, we found out that she had this belief setting that marriage is actually dangerous because her parents were not in a happy marriage. And because they were not in a happy marriage, her as a child suffered. So she thought that, okay, fine, if I get married and I have kids, they will suffer, and marriages are not good for you. They take your, because the mother must be saying things like that, oh, she's taken my freedom away, it's taken my peace away, so whatever. So the child actually wanted to get married, the girl, but the belief was it's dangerous. So we changed that belief into the that marriage is available to me and it's safe to get married. So whatever the beliefs were, we changed the beliefs around it. And then I gave her actions to do to, create that reality. So when she thought of that, I want to get married, her subconscious mind did not cancel her dreams. So she was more open, more confident. She took more risks around, and she tried new things. And so now, if when she's going to get married, that's not in my hand or in her hand. But she was open to it, and actually, within a year, she got married because she met somebody and she was so confident and open and her self-esteem was high. So I'll give you my example that I had this huge money block around that I can't make money. Men
Mm-hmm.
can, a lot of women, we have this block. Men can make money, men can provide, women can't, especially from where we come from. So I had all the ability, but it was just not happening. So when I worked on this belief, literally, Anshu, within weeks, literally the way I was thinking about it, my thinking changed. It was not that I was forcing myself. It was like, of course it's possible. Of course I can do this. Of course I can. I'm working so hard. I can ask for money. Otherwise, it was, oh no, no, no. It's shameful to ask for money, and it was just really, strange. And within weeks, I just was just the way I was looking at the whole situation changed. So they say that when you're looking at something, it's the way you're looking at it, that's what changes it. So that's what the limiting belief is. You're looking at the situation with your limits. But when that limit is removed, you are just open to so many opportunities.
That's a magnificent story, your story.
Thank you.
But there's another thing that people have been, I've asked a lot about, and that one of the issues that people asked about when we put, when we talked about the fact that we're going to talk about limiting beliefs today, one was money. The other one,
Mm.
a lot of people have said, I can't lose my last 5 kilos, or I can't lose
Yeah,
10 kilos. It's stuck. So
yeah,
I guess those are the sort of limiting beliefs that affect people every day: relationships,
yes,
money,
yes,
health.
absolutely. So with weight, I would say that when we focus on something, so when I say I can't lose weight, I'm focusing on lack. I'm focusing on can't, and then can't will keep on showing up. So if you say, you know what, okay, the problem is, let's say, the challenge is, sorry, I can't shift 5 kilos. Okay, so what is the desired experience I would like to have? I would like to be 5 kilos lighter. Okay. So what's the limiting belief around it that I can't lose it? So we will muscle test that belief that is that sitting in your subconscious. And if that's sitting in your subconscious, first we will change the belief. Then we will give an action plan that the things that you should do to shift that 5 kilos. But what will happen, Anshu, because we move the limiting belief, the resistance will go, the resistance that's holding you back from shifting that 5 kilos, that will go, and it will become easier. You won't look at it as a challenge. You will look at it, oh well, okay, fine. If I'm going to the gym, if I'm eating properly, then it will happen. So let's say I remove the limiting belief, but your action doesn't change. Let's say you're still eating the cakes and you're still not working out. So what happens is you will not shift that weight.
Mhm.
But what happens is after we remove the limiting belief, you will see it's easier to go to the gym. You will find it easier to eat healthy. The resistance will go.
Okay. And tell me something. I mean, I know you're talking about Psyche, which is a tool you use. You have a bunch of other tools.
Yes.
What happens when someone cannot afford to go to someone like you, if they can't afford a
Okay.
psychotherapist?
Okay. So I would suggest that seriously sit down and see what area you are you're challenged in. Write it down. Not just think about it, write it down so it becomes reality. So write it down. Where are you challenged? Then write what is your desired experience you would like to have. And then just see where you will see it quite straight away that where is the limiting belief sitting? What is the
Mhm.
belief I need to have to achieve that? So let's say the belief would be I can shift 5 kilos with ease, joy, and glory. Let's say that.
Mhm.
So then just say that, okay, fine. So basically I need to believe in it. What is limiting me? Do I really believe? Ask yourself a few questions. Do I really believe I can shift this weight? How hard do I think it is? So if you will start doing this inquiry, you will see what is stopping you. And then I would do different things. But if you're doing it yourself, start saying affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in my desired weight. I'm 5 kilos lighter. And don't say lose, because what mind does when you lose something,
Mm.
it keeps looking for it.
It
So
comes
just say,
back.
so just say I'm so happy and grateful that I'm 5 kilos lighter, and it feels awesome. Just make an affirmation and then just ask the universe. I always say the question is empowering, answer disempowers. So ask, what do I need to do to shift this 5 kilos? You will see things will happen. So be honest with yourself, write what's challenging, what would you like to do, and see what actions you need to take with ease.
And for the affirmations, is there a time frame when you feel like it'll go into the subconscious brain?
Okay, so when we wake up first thing in the morning, we are highly suggestible. We are in this state of hypnosis because we are not completely awake. So we are in that, theta wave. So that is the time you need to say your affirmations. Before you even open your eyes, start saying your affirmations. I will quickly tell you a little story that when I was struggling with this money and I was starting completely new career many moons ago. I started saying my affirmation in the morning and I didn't know. I actually didn't even believe in it in the beginning that it will happen. And with it, and I used to say it literally like a parrot all the time, all the time. And and the energy changed, the vibration changed, and I literally saw things happening and opening up. And then I started saying it with more belief. So just say it as many times as you can say it, but the first thing in the morning, last thing at night, do it. And if you have something that's really sitting there and you think that, there's a pattern there, make an appointment, come and see me. We can remove that block in one session.
And do you think something like 21 days is a good number for people to start seeing some sort of result?
Yes, Anshu, it takes 21 days to create and construct and deconstruct a thought. It takes 63 days to change the behavior. So if you're changing a thought, so take 21 days. Take 21 days to, work on it, and you will see the result. And if you're trying to change a behavior, then do it a little bit longer.
Okay. And I just thought of something. So if affirmations are so useful, won't it be useful? And children are highly, highly suggestible, you said, from
Yes.
0 to 7.
Yes.
But, they're not always exactly in your control. And they go to school, they're exposed to so many people. What is the best way of bringing up a child so that they grow up with as little limiting beliefs as possible? Can you suggest an affirmation that we can maybe say to children?
Yeah. Children are very easy to work with. They are my favorite because they understand things so quickly. So if you just maybe tell a child to say, I'm happy and grateful, that is something that will keep them in that state. So if you keep on saying, just tell a child that, when you wake up in the morning, say 10 times, I'm so happy and grateful. With adults, the problem is that we are not, so if we have an affirmation and people say, I'm manifesting, I'm doing everything, it's not happening. So obviously there's a limiting belief there. And we are not, so affirmations don't work if you're not aligned with it. So you need to be aligned with it. So when we talk about aligning, we're talking about aligning the limiting belief. So if you can align your limiting belief, you will see the results very quickly. With kids, I would say, and kids are very emotional because their emotional brain is very active. So if you tell them anything with love, they will understand because they feel it. So if you say to them, what, I'm so happy and grateful, and tell them a little story, why happy and grateful, they will always remember it and they will keep on saying it.
Okay. And Bushra, do you have any questions? I mean, any advice for the people who are listening into the chat?
I would say that believe in yourself, trust your gut. It is really super conscious. And believe that what you want, you can have it. I promise you, whatever you want, you can have it. You just have a limiting belief around it. So work on it and push yourself. Take risks. You will get it. If you don't push yourself, then you will just survive. So there is always, from surviving to thriving, I always say there's only one thing stopping you, that's the fear. So get rid of your fear, get rid of control, and do what you need to do. You will get there.
Okay, that was wonderful. Now, Bushra, I have a question that's come in from someone who's saying that they've had a lot of problems as a child. And they're saying, how much can you remove? And, especially people who've had a very troubled childhood.
Yeah.
How much can you change and remove?
So again, it's sitting in the subconscious. So if you start removing the story from what happened, because now the story is gone, the feeling is there. So that's why, Anshu, I love doing subconscious work, because that's holding on to all your childhood problems.
Trauma.
So if you start working on it, that, okay, fine, it's just a feeling left in my body. What happened is actually gone. It's not tangible. It's not even there. So what you're tripping on is behind you. So if you understand, okay, what's the feeling that is left? The feeling is that I'm worthless. I was rejected. I was abandoned. So work on that. That is it really true? Who is rejecting me right now? I'm rejecting myself. Okay, what happened? A lot of people, they suffer because they are not accepting it. So when you're not accepting what happened, you're denying it and you're playing, and there's a secondary gain in it, or you are being victim here. So really be honest with yourself and see, why am I still holding on to this? And obviously your subconscious is holding. So to heal from there is that, to separate the story from the feeling and work on the feeling.
Okay. And Bushra, there was a slightly sensitive question that came in, which was about someone wants to know about child abuse. How have you dealt with that?
Okay.
And have you ever dealt with it? They wanted to know.
Yes, that is something very close to me. I will be honest here. I myself has been through that. And now when I think about it, it's just a story. I'm not emotionally involved in it. So I dealt with it. I went in, and I have a lot of my clients who go through the same thing, especially girls. And so we separate the story from the emotion, and as I said, I work on the emotion of it, and then I do a lot of EMDR on it, so to help that it's in a dream state, and then I work on Psych, and I give them another belief. And believe me, I mean, as little as 2, 3 sessions, you will still know what happened, but you won't be emotionally involved in it. And then right at the end, when the client is ready, we do forgiveness exercise.
Okay. And the next question is, how do you align with your thoughts? What is the power behind ease, joy, and glory?
Okay, so thought is like thought just, so what's happening outside is reality. What's happening in your mind is not reality, it's just your thoughts. So you can decide. You have a 50% chance that you can decide to pick a positive thought and 50% negative thought. So let's say the negative thought comes and it's coming from the past. It has nothing to do with right now. So let's say somebody comes and says something rude to you, and you get really triggered. You have to ask yourself, why am I getting so triggered? What does this remind me of? It will remind you of something to do with childhood, or where somewhere happened, and you say, okay, fine, but this is not happening right now. If I didn't have that experience, how would I react? And okay, I've dealt with it, now off I go. So you have again 17 seconds to change your thought. And let's say the thought comes, you're not worthy. Ask yourself, is it true? Ask your thought, is it true? Normally you will get the answer, no, it's not true. And so, okay, fine. So what do I need to do right now? I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of good people around me. So you straight away go into that, start saying that. And if you catch it very quickly, you won't go spiral down. So you can literally, I can do I do this, I use this tool with my clients. I take them into a very negative thought and ask them, how does it feel? And then straight away in 10 seconds, I take them to a very positive thought, and they say, I'm feeling relaxed, I'm feeling better. So I said, all I've done is just change the thought. So you can do that yourself. Go from negative thought to positive. Just try it, force yourself, and you will see your whole physiology will change. And when you're doing this, make sure that your shoulders are back, your chest is out, your face is up, your chin is up. And then you say, I'm so worthy of love. I love myself. I'm enough. Just say few things and you will see your whole physiology will change, your thoughts will change, and you will feel better.
Wonderful. That was such a lovely chat, Bushra. I hope we can help lots of people. Even if we manage to help one person, it
Exactly.
would be incredible. Thank you for being here with us today. My guest today was Bushra Khan, and this is Anshu Bahanda at Wellness Curated Podcast. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Bushra.
Thank you, Anshu. Thank you so much.
Take care.
And if anyone has any questions, please, you can DM me or DM Anshu.